Fair Clinic here in Ohio, probably later this month.
So we're here at the Fair Clinic.
Yes.
So tell us, how's it going?
It's going really well, to be honest, man. You know, I was really nervous coming into this because this was like my first movie, and everybody's been great. You know, I mean, from the crew to the other actors to Robert.
All right, quiet now.
It's been fantastic. Nice way to break my acting cherry, to be honest. So, welcome to the chamber. Welcome to the.
I'm going to ask about Joey, if there's anything that you can tell us about that.
Not beyond what we've already released, basically.
May I ask questions around
You could try.
Sexual favors?
Oh, fuck. I don't have enough room in my pockets for these coupons.
I know.
I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm running out of space.
Okay.
It's getting ridiculous.
So, with him no longer in Slipnot, how do you think that's going to change the band as a whole?
Honestly, it depends on who we get.
Okay.
You know,
so there is plans on replacing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we've, we're, looking at a few people right now. It all comes down to someone who can play the old stuff, but also brings a certain creativity to it, and it's, in lieu of what we've done, we need to kind of focus on that and make that the focus right now instead of worrying about what's going to happen later.
Okay.
So,
do you have anybody in mind?
a few people.
Nobody can be revealed at this time? No? Okay. You sure?
As soon as we know, the fans will know, and that's how we're keeping it. We're keeping everything really close to the chest right now. So, I mean, it's out of respect for Joe and for us, and there's just a host of legal things that we still need to sort out. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. But the only other thing was shutting the band down, and none of us wanted to do that. So, we're gonna push on.
Okay. How do you feel it's going to change the writing or the style?
I mean, obviously it will a little bit, but we all write, I mean, I know there's this myth out there that Joey wrote everything, but that's not at all true. We all write, and we all bring something into the table, and between me and Jim and Mick and Clown and everybody, I think we're going to be able to put something really, really cool together. So, the dynamic will change a little bit, but as far as our approach to the music and our intensity and how much we love doing what we do, that will remain unchanged, and we're going to go for it with just 110%.
Once again, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for the gift. I won't say what it is because we might have to write it off. But
that's true. That's true.
That's true.
And it didn't involve any sexual favors?
No, not one. It was more of a massage kind of thing. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
It was a gift card.
Like, with sexual favors on it?
Yeah.
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 We need later.
It was laminated, though. High five for that.
I know,
that was
right?
Great.
Sorry. All right.
You're going a little slower.
Yeah.
Was that
Okay, wait a minute.
That was kind of Casablanca.
Watching TV with your mother and your grandmother, you were introduced to horror films.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what movies you were watching and how that kind of progressed?
Well, my mom took me to a lot of movies when I was younger, and one of my first memories I have is my mom taking me to see the original Buck Rogers movie. The like full-on disco sci-fi Studio 54 in space kind of thing.
Mustache inspired.
It was terrible, to be honest. I mean, I love Gil Gerard, but Jesus Christ. But the thing I remember was the trailer for the original Halloween was on it. And maybe that's why I just have no love for Buck Rogers now, is because all I wanted to do was see that movie after I saw the trailer,
Kind of spoiled it.
Yeah. So, and, obviously I couldn't see it at the time because I was like 5 or 6 or whatever. But years later, you know, I got to see it, and that kind of set the tone for me with horror movies, you know. And then my grandma was, you know, she had cable. You know, we were pretty poor, so when I'd go stay with my grandma, I'd load up on like all the cable hours, you know, and got to see a bunch of stuff that, you know, I didn't get to see. So I saw everything from, oh God, you know, like Escape from New York, which is a killer movie. You know, I'm just a Carpenter fan, to be honest. And, you know, stuff like the original Wolfen and, you know, The Howling, the original Howling. Yeah, so, as, you know, when you grow up a cable baby, you kind of got a taste of all that stuff.
And action! God! That's pretty awesome.
That kind of set the tone for me.
Absolutely. And so I also read that it also kind of set the tone for the masks for Slipnot.
Yeah, maybe visually, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, when Michael Myers was one of your heroes, you know, you kind of inevitably go down that road. But, you know, the masks, when I joined Slipknot, they were already wearing the masks.
Right.
And, you know, I wanted to make sure that mine evolved and changed with every album, you know. So it went from the original one with the dreads on the first album to the one that I wore for All Hope Is Gone, which is very devoid of humanity and everything. And it's been fun to kind of play around with that. And I've got an idea for what the new one's going to be, but I'm not saying anything yet.
Oh, not even for sexual favors?
Damn it. You got another coupon? You already gave me the other one, so I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well,
But no,
right
it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool. Like, hopefully it'll be cool.
So I read somewhere that, correct me if I'm wrong, is Don Howard from Muse, is that his name, owns one of your masks with the dreads?
Does he?
That's what it says. Wikipedia said so.
Oh, well, then it's gotta
Gotta
be
be
true. I don't know. It may be true. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, it would totally shock me if he did, to be honest. Because I thought I knew where all my stuff was, but apparently not.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Apparently got it from a fan.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not mine. Maybe it was a fan-made one.
Got that.
Do you know of anybody else? Do you have all of your masks, or does somebody else?
I've got probably half of them, because some of them are displayed in, like, I've got a big thing at the Hard Rock in Vegas, and there's another one on display in the Hard Rock down in Tampa, I think, or Orlando. And yeah, but the rest of them are just, you know, they're in storage. I keep them tucked away because A, they smell, and B, you know, I don't want my son getting gangrene from playing with it. You know, it's pretty gross.
How are you doing?
My brother from another mother.
This is Alex.
Alex, very nice to meet you.
Patrick Desmond.
Hey, Pat. How you doing, Robert? How are you?
He's got my sexual favor coupon, so I mean.
Oh, so now we know where it's going.
Well, no, I mean this was aside from the one that you gave me. I already passed one on to him for, you know, the vis-a-vis.
Well, he's had a birthday, so he's getting one from me too.
We're gonna scissor each other. Is that bad to say?
No.
I don't know what that means.
I think
I heard a kid say it.
I think it's rather sexy.
Am I good for right now?
I think you are.
Okay.
I think you are.
I'll be in my trailer if I had one.
What? As we
I was
wait
still
for the
thinking-
question to come in,
I was-
listen to this music.
I was still thinking about this.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. God, I shouldn't have said that.
I know.
Damn
Now
it.
that's all on my mind. I'm like,
Is it more tripoding instead of scissoring?
Well, you'd think, but it's more of like soft docking. You know?
I've never heard of
Dutch
this.
dog.
Yeah, Dutch dock. You know?
These are new. I'm gonna have to Google these.
Yeah.
You said Dutch dog?
The Dutch dock.
Doc.
Dog.
As in docking. Docking Bay 94.
I've got no.
All right, on your interim, I've got a couple questions if you don't mind, Corey.
Go ahead.
First question, your mustache. There are allegations that your wife doesn't really like it.
Oh, she hates it. She hates this thing. It's so awesome. It's you know, I grew it specifically for this, and I've never had a mustache before. I'm either full beard or just clean shaven. So I shaved it, and I came back from filming, and she just went, ugh, not stoked whatsoever. And I was just like, look, just give it time, it'll grow. And no, it's not at all. So she's really waiting patiently for me to finish this movie so I can get rid of it.
Okay, and she crosses, so flatten up against the door, and she leaves, watch her go, and go back to Blake. It's beautiful. And cut. That was beautiful. Perfect, got her. Next, next meat puppet.
Have you ever heard the Richard Cheese version of People Are Equal?
Of course.
What do you think of
We
it?
used to run it as our intro before shows. Yeah, that would be the song right before we ran our actual intro, and people loved it. I actually got to work with Richard Cheese on the Johnny Aloha stuff, and we did Almost Paradise get together, and it's so ridiculously weird. It was awesome though.
You're playing the character of, is it Bauer?
Bauer, yes.
So what can you tell us about the character?
I can tell you he has a mustache.
I can
I can tell you he looks just like me.
And he carries
except he's a little taller. I play him taller. See?
I
mean,
saw
you have to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So I lift a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Tone. Well, I only take pictures with people who are shorter than me. So
I am really little. I make everyone take pictures.
I know. See, it's.
I
we could
have to have heels on.
Photoshop something. I know I'm so fucking short.
No,
It's
I'm
so
just really
stupid.
tall.
But
You're not short.
I'm diminutive. He's just he's an ex-con who works for the clinic basically, and I'm really trying to figure out how he got the gig because he's kind of a smarmy jerk.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I think maybe he owes a favor to Dr. Andover, but he is very respectful of the doctor, but everybody else is just like fair game. So I just walk around creeping out all the female patients, which is I guess weird. But he's described as rapey in the script, so I wanted to play him as just as oily as possible.
So how do you portray rapey?
Well, you kind of have to go to camera and be like, hey. All right.
It's kind of car salesman-y.
A little bit. Yeah, there's a hint of that in there.
Pervy car salesman.
Yeah, with more tattoos. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Very nice.
Mm.
So what from this experience are you going to take back to further your acting endeavors?
I don't know. I mean, even if I don't get another gig, I'm just stoked to be doing this, you know. I've auditioned for stuff before, but my schedule has always been so nightmarish that I've never really got the chance to do anything. So I'm really excited that I get to do this. If I get to do anything else, that's just extra, you know. Right now, I'm just kind of watching and learning and seeing how the process goes. And it's not very different from making an elaborate music video, which is kind of why over the years, the videos that we've made have gotten more and more, not complicated, but more story-driven, and because I can play a character and kind of work it like that. So I'm watching how everybody prepares. I'm learning how to do the proper blocking and everything. I'm just trying to pick up as much as I can. And if the next gig I get is an acting gig, then I'm a little further ahead of the curve.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And you've got rapey under your belt? I
do have rapey. So I'm going to get some 8x10s done while I have the mustache. So he's like, here's rapey. A lot of mouth breathing, dry mouth, Nothing says rapey like dry mouth.
I feel a little insecure right now.
You brought it up.
Roll sound. Starting frame there? Sorry. Good. Yeah, it's great. Great. Just stay there the whole time, Corey. Don't come out. You sort of ducked out a little before. Just stay in the whole time. Ready? Action.
So tell us about House of Golden Bones.
Yes.
You released the two of those, and then there's a comic book that goes with it.
Yeah.
And then I read somewhere that you were planning on going film with it.
Yeah, it's still something I'm kind of bandying about. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, and because it makes sense to do each album as a movie, and then just kind of work the narrative in, almost like the Wall meets the Genetic Opera, Repo. Something like that kind of it moves the story, but there's also narrative in it. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that and the best director to work with it, because I don't want to work with somebody who doesn't believe in it as much as I do. And if I'm going to invest that much time in it, I want it to come out the way I want it. So, but I'm definitely looking to put a script together for each one and just see what happens.
You test driving at Robert Hall?
Maybe. That was a good throw in there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sometimes I have them, you know?
Sometimes you're alright. You're almost pretty good. Almost pretty good. Alright, what's next?
We are doing, I believe, 67.
Is there any plan on taking House of Golden Bones on and just do one big show?
We were talking about it, but we kind of ran out of time in a lot of ways. We're doing one more tour next year in the States from January to February, but after that I'm pretty committed to Slipnot. So, you know, maybe down the line it'd be something to do, you know, once people have had time to kind of get away from it and bring it back and make it something special like that. But right now, nothing immediate. So we'll see what happens.
Perfect. And with the holiday season and the new year upon us, do you have any resolutions?
My goal is to quit smoking by December 31st. I just turned 40, and you know, I want to keep doing this for another 20, 30 years, knock on whatever the hell is under there. And I know that in a lot of ways, like, smoking is like my last bad habit. So that's my goal. I'm going to get one of those intricate hookah-looking things and just basically walk around like the Cheshire weirdo and hit it as much as possible. I mean, because it can't hurt, you know.
Are you going to put it in your jacket?
I might, you know, or hang it from a chain, like, you know, like a Flavor Flav, and then just kind of, you know, hit it like that.
You could put it in the head.
I could, like the
Like a
beer
beer
hat.
hat.
Oh,
There you go.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be attractive. It would go with the pervy rapey though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not a good look.
We'll talk more.
Okay.
We'll suss this out.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's my last question, unless anybody else.
Anything else? I think we covered everything.
I think we kind of covered it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries.